Welcome to another episode of an owner-operator's day off. We're fighting air leaks. Definitely, it's been a while since I've made any videos. I apologize for that, but obviously with my history, you know it's a touch and go thing. But this is something I felt like Landstar, or not Landstar, but Prostar drivers need to, or owner operators need to know about. This is the Solenoid Pack in your Prostar. Basically what I'm doing is reassembling it. I was fighting air leaks. I'll show you once it's all assembled again, but basically I had air leaks at the input, and with this little valve here, trying to watch my camera as I do this so I can see what, so I make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm wanting you to see. Anyway, this valve here, this was expensive to buy these two pieces. I would try, if you find you have air leak here and here, I would try taking these off and cleaning them before you go out and spend. Basically this pair was $40, I think. Not cheap. This is a one-way check valve. And let's see what else. Let's see, so this here, this is my old body plate, or coil pack plate. I want to do this once. This didn't really have an air leak, but I was afraid once I took it out I might have an air leak. So like I said, I want to do this once. This is $100 at an international dealer. It's give or take. If this ain't leaking, you'll probably be able to get by with pulling these packs off, cleaning the surfaces, and then installing new O-rings and putting it back together. But you can see here, this is something I want you to see, that see how all this dirt builds up here. Let me use this old coil pack. See, our coil pack goes in here like so, and this is mounted on the frame rail like that. Dirt builds up here, you get rain, you get water, and it seeps in, and then this flexes, and eventually all that dirt is stuck in there, and it's you start developing air leaks as that dirt prevents the O-rings from doing what they're supposed to do. But obviously your O-rings just get, after so many years of hot and cold, expanding and contracting, they they dry out, harden up, and they don't retain their shape. I cannot tell you what these O-rings are. You can't buy this kit. You can't just go to International and buy an O-ring kit. So you either have to buy a new solenoid, which I did because, well, I don't really have a good reason why I bought a new solenoid, but so here's the O-rings they supplied with the new solenoid. This solenoid, I bought the new solenoid because this one, the label has turned all black. See, it was in the rack. Actually, it went like this, but it was all black, and maybe the coil inside there is burned up or overheated, and that's why that laser print label is turned all black. I don't know. But again, I want to do this one time. So for $150, I got a new plate and a coil pack. Actually, the total was $162 something after taxes. So I got a new plate, a new solenoid, and all the O-rings I can use. Here is the O-ring part number, but you can't, as we found out with the parts guy, you can't go to an international dealer and buy just that O-ring. So you can try and match them up, but I don't like, there's so many, you don't know if they're standard. I don't know if they're standard or in metric size O-rings. I don't know, you know, what the thickness of these O-rings are. What I do know is to get the O-rings, if you're just only doing O-rings, buy one of those solenoids, because for 50 bucks, you know you're getting the right O-ring, and then eventually you'll have one of your white solenoids to replace if one goes bad. You know, I can't, it's hard to justify spending 50 bucks if you only need, but if you're comfortable matching O-rings, you know, just match the O-rings up and go with it. But I want to assemble this and put it back on the truck and be done with it. I want to load the truck up, get it all ready to go, and when Monday rolls around, I'm going to go pick up a load. Okay, so anyway, in assembling it, I put some contact grease on here, or the dielectric grease on here to help insulate. They also have a foam pad that you push this through, and but the one thing you want to make sure of is, let's see, we'll just use the O-rings supplied here. Let's see, I don't need to do all that with a knife. So what I've done is I've cleaned this surface very well. Cleaned it with Windex, wiped it off, and now I put some of that dielectric grease in there so that it helps retain the O-ring. So make sure you got your O-ring in there, that this surface is dirt free, and then basically what you do is, it looks like in one smooth motion, there's a pin there. You line it up with that pin, push it all down in there, and then I wish there was a way to get these new screws, but these are actually a Torx bit screw right there. I'm going to do the one up top first because it looks like it's I'm not sure how this is actually going to work because my screwdriver don't fit in there. I don't know how to I said I'm having problems with my tool being the right tool for the job here because it doesn't fit through there. Obviously don't over tighten that, you'll strip that plastic out and you're done. Which that may be a problem when you reassemble an old block. um, because you've already had them. Obviously, you've already had it in there. And the other thing I did before I took this apart is I took a picture of it. You obviously want to get everything back in the same order, your solenoids, because some are normally open, some are normally closed. They operate just like relays do. The valve inside of them. Okay, so this is the one I replaced. Or this, yeah, this is the new one here. I don't know why that O-ring's in there. The guy told me that they test these solenoids for leaks or something. I don't know. I had asked him if it was new on open pack when he picked it up off the shelf, and he said it was, but I just didn't see him open it like he said he did. So anyway, I'll put some dielectric grease in our O-ring spot. And then some dielectric grease on the feet. Again, there's a lot of surfaces here to make sure are dirt free. This one still looks like it's got some dirt on it. So I'm gonna clean it again, because you don't want any type of sand, small particles, you name it, in between these two solenoids because of the way the air, because basically your supply line for all your solenoids comes in here. Your solenoids stack up and there's an O-ring between each solenoid, and that's what keeps your air from leaking out. And then your last solenoid in line has a block off on it. Now this isn't leaking, so I'm not touching it. It's going to go right back on there, the old one, the way it was. So, okay, so now I've got that cleaned up. There's that. If you can see this or not. See that pin there? Slide that down on the pin. We make sure that we're lined up there, because all this is a wedge system. Close that or press that in. Those tabs have to penetrate the foam. Cover there. Alright. There we go. We're all wedged in, it looks like. Appears to be. Use our new screws. Yeah. certainly work better. If I had the right tool. Hey, there we go. There's two of them. I think you've got the gist of it. Again, when you're using these old ones, which I'm getting back into using the old ones, very gently take the O-ring out. See how flat that O-ring is? Don't get your O-rings mixed up either. But anyway, you can see how flat that O-ring is, and that's a good cause of your air leaks. But anyway, very gently get that O-ring out without scratching the surface, and then clean that up real good. One of these probably is brand new, but I'm not gonna, I've already got them mixed up. You can see, trying to show you, and this might have been that new one that was in that gauge, but if you can see how flat that O-ring is compared to how round that one is. I don't know. Anyway, flat O-ring, round O-ring, new round O-ring. This is what causes the air leaks between the air packs, or solenoid packs. Okay, so I will I'll do some final video putting this back in the truck. Do a real quick edit and get it online for you, because I found nothing online for this coil pack. Oh, I do want to mention, Roz does, in Roz's videos, he does show you that this coil pack is a source of leaks. Apparently he hasn't had any leaks in it yet, because he's not taken it apart, or he would have made a video for you doing it. So, and I'm sure he will when he experiences air leaks in it. But I have it out. I thought this would be a great time to show you. This thing is located between the frame, or it's on your frame rail, on the inside of your frame rail. On my 2009 Prostar with sleeper, it was on the driver's side frame rail. Pretty much, let's see, if you get under your truck and look, actually if you turn your front tire steer to the left all the way, you can crawl in that little hole and look up at the inside of your frame rail there. And it's about the same point as where your fuel line breather tube comes out for your fuel tank. So it's back, somewhere around in the first third of your fuel tank on the inside frame rail. I think I've talked enough. We will get this together, then we'll make a video putting it on the truck.